my name's David. I own RHD Motorsports, and a question I get a lot when it comes to these K-trucks is, will I fit? I'm 6'3", 275 pounds, and these K-trucks scared me at first, but as I dived in, I realized it wasn't so bad. I'll go over how your legs fit, how the steering is, how the doors close, how the shifting is, and how much headroom you have inside these K-trucks. We have the Honda Acty, the Mazda Scrum, which is also the Suzuki Carry, and the Daihatsu Hijet. Follow us on Instagram, RHD Motorsports. Thank you. So we'll first dive into this Honda Acty. Obviously, it's not stock. Clearly you can see wide body wheels and everything, but interior is not adjusted, affected, or anything. No aftermarket parts other than this comfy steering wheel. So let's see how I fit in this beauty. Here is the Honda Acty. As you see, get a reference of my height here and my weight. But this is on stock suspension too, so you can get a height a visual on the height of the vehicle. Getting in, always a challenge. But head first, foot first, usually works best. As you can see here, I usually hit the blinkers and also the wiper. So a little bit challenging to do on the Acty. I have some room here, but on the other side, when I'm using the clutch, I do hit, which is not too nice. And my leg is right in line with where the door will be. So when I close this, I get a smack here, but driving down the road, it's not bad. You definitely notice the dash in your knee, but other than that, steering wheel moves freely. Only difficult thing is if you stall, you're gonna have to open the door because you can't put your hand in here. So to start it, I usually just get it started first and then go into closing the door and such. Here. Just for sound purposes, I'll turn off the car. Closing the door. I apologize for the quality. This is on an iPhone. But I wanted to share this with you guys why I still have all three of these different model K-trucks. But you can see here my knee and leg hits the door. It's not, like I said, it's not bad. It's not horrible. You could turn the turn signal, but if you hit the gas or something, you're gonna flash people, or to turn the turn signal off, but it's really not horrible if you really want to get into one of these. And here's my knee, lifting it up to use the clutch. It's not bad. You just have to like hover your foot when using the clutch. And as far as headroom goes, I have room, which is crazy. I'm 6'3". Like, it's not it's not easy being tall when it comes to these Japanese vehicles, but I got plenty of room here and I can just chill, you know? Just chilling, pretty easy, pretty comfortable. I'd give this like, as far as comfort goes, maybe like a 6 or 7 out of 10, but it's not horrible, as you can see. All right, next is the Mazda Scrum. Also, from everything that I've seen, Suzuki Carry. My apologies. Here, this one's on a 2-inch lift kit, so yeah, obviously you can see this thing's taller. But again, that doesn't affect the interior of the car. It doesn't affect the drivability. It doesn't affect my interior comfort of the vehicle, which is what this video is all about. So let's jump into this one. So again, head first, leg first. This one here, I'd say I actually have less room on my clutch leg, the left leg. It's a little bit tighter. It's against the column now, and also against the radio bezel. Here feels just a slight bit better, like not much. Like turn signal, I can do. I won't hit the brights as much. And I think I might have some more room here on my leg. So again, leg is jammed up against the door, but it's not uncomfortable. Like this is, like here's the gas, you can hear it tapping the floor there. But I have plenty of room here. It's a little bit more because I think the indicators, yeah, it's in its rested position. It's up a little bit higher. So in the Honda Acty, I hit it more than I'm in here. The only problem would be turning right. But I mean, if you're hitting the gas, you're not going to hit the turn signal. It's kind of the same in the Acty as well. Your foot stays rested here. So you shouldn't really be turning off the turn signal. The problem here is my leg is nestled right in between the steering column and the radio bezel here, whatever you want to call this piece. Don't tear me apart in the comments, just I'm trying to help out. Same here, lifting the leg for the clutch, but you can see when I lift my leg, it then gets into the steering wheel. So making a turn, as long as you have the clutch out, you're fine. And then shifting, like if you're gonna shift into, let's pretend we're in first, and we're gonna shift into second here. As long as you're like midway through a turn or you can shift faster, this is not a problem. And it's not bad at all. And you can see my height here. I have about the same as I did in the Honda Acty, which is perfectly fine. I don't think headroom is going to be an issue for anybody that's really tall. It's more the leg and door issue. Again, with this, if you stall, good luck like trying to start it while good luck trying to start it without opening the door, I should say. So if you open the door, you can do it real quick, just real easy, pop it in. You're embarrassed, whatever, get over it. But as far as comfort goes on this one, I think it's just a little bit less than the Honda Acty. It's very comparable. I would say probably about a 6 out of 10. I'd give it. None of these are going to be comfortable, so I'm not going to give anything a 10 out of 10, unless it's maybe like a super cab, which I heard from taller people that the super cabs do have more room, more leg room, because there's a whole extra like 6 inches or so of room when it comes to the vehicles. But yeah, this isn't bad. I don't mind this. I could drive this. Just like the Honda Acty, I'd say these two are very comparable. The Honda Acty, Mazda Scrum, Suzuki Carry, all similar. All right, last we have the Daihatsu Hijet. As you can see, this thing is tall, this tall cab. This is a rare model, so I apologize. But from what I remember with the other Hijets I've owned, they're similar on headroom. So again, being tall, you shouldn't have an issue with headroom on any one of these K-Trucks. What we're worried about is leg room and shiftability, I guess you could say, because your leg does kind of get in the way depending on the shifter. So maybe I'll walk through the Scrum and the Carry, the Scrum, which is the Carry, and also the Acty when it comes to shifting and your leg placement. But let's jump into this one here and see what we got for room. Have mixed feelings right now. They're all pretty similar. I'd say that my left leg is more in the way of the wipers. That might be an issue for the Hijet. Turn signal is about the same placement as the Scrum, so that's not really a big deal. Yeah, it's gonna be a slight problem with the turn signal if you're going right. But it's not worse, it's not horrible. I feel like I might have just a little bit less room than the Scrum. So I think the Honda Acty might be in the lead right now. The only other one that we haven't been able to review is the sandbar. So I'll get one in, I'll get a sandbar in, and then add to this video later and show you guys a review on that one. But let's jump into the interior on this. All right, so again, here's my leg room over here. It's again, they're all the same when it comes to resting your leg. It's pretty comfortable, to be honest. And when I'm using the gas, this is fully floored, this is up. So it's not a problem. It's just like if you're wiggling a little bit, see if I turn right, just a little movement of my leg will bump the signal. But this is the problem over here. It's the left leg. I can't use, it's so tight in here. I can't use any of this, really. If I use high, as long as I pull my leg off, I could just do this all the time. And that's not a huge inconvenience. It's just when you go to stop, that, yeah, see, it went all the way up, that you might turn your wipers off. So you might just be fiddling with this a lot if you're driving in the rain. But hopefully you're not driving in the rain with these. Even though they have all-wheel drive, it's just better not to. So let's start with this one with the shifter. So first, second, third, fourth, fifth. It's not bad. When you let your leg off the clutch and you're just cruising, it's just slightly resting here on the shifter, which isn't bad. The clutch pedal, as you can see, using it, my leg is in that tunnel again. here, but it does seem a little bit tighter. I got less room to wiggle around. And it's tight against the radio bezel. But shifting, second, third, fourth, fifth, resting, all that's pretty good. And let's check head height. On this one, I have got a shit ton of room. Excuse my language. I got a bunch of room up here, which is great. Lounging is pretty good. I feel like these ones are made for taller people, but they're hard to find. So again, I apologize for not having just a regular Hijet. Maybe I'll get a Hijet in and a sandbar and add to this video later when it comes to head height. But they're all pretty comparable. I'd say maybe the Acty does have some more room than the others, just minimal. So if you're a tall dude, I wouldn't stress it. Like they're all gonna be pretty similar. But if you do want to maximize your room, get the Acty. Again, we'll check out the sandbar, or look at the super cab. I can't remember what they're called. Don't tear me apart in the comments. But there's a deeper one that allows the seat to slide back and forth. I do want to find one, but those are super rare as well. Just like this one, it's just kind of harder to find. But all in all, in the Hijet, the Suzuki Carry, the Mazda Scrum, give it about a 6. The Acty, I'll give a 7. And then we'll dive into the others when they arrive. But yeah, not bad. Let's check out the shift patterns or shifting comfortability on the Scrum and the Acty. Now that I'm back in the Scrum, I do notice my leg is right up against this, where in the Hijet, it was not that way. And I'll double check with the Acty, but the Acty does have that big ass padded cover padded steering wheel cover. All right, so check shiftability in this one. So first, second, again, the leg's just really fucking tight. Third, fourth, fifth, cruising. I'd say the Hijet is better than the Scrum or the Carry, for sure. I'll give that a 7 and give this a 6. But shifting's not bad. Let's jump into the Acty. All right, in the Acty, I got a ton of room here, and especially if I take this cover off, it's gonna be a lot better. The turn signals, again, the only thing that's really in the way, you can see here, if I'm turning right, that's about it. But my knee is in the dash here, which could be uncomfortable for some. So it's hard to say now that I'm going through the Scrum Carry, whatever you're gonna call it, and the Hijet. It's hard to say which I do prefer. They all have their downsides. I think for knee placement, the Acty is not the best. I think the Scrum or the Hijet might actually have more room when it comes to the knee, but it doesn't have a lot of room with your leg. See, look, I got all this freedom here. I'm not stuck in a tunnel. My leg could slide out pretty easy. And I got a ton of room between the shift column and my leg. So that might be a good trade-off. And as far as the stereo, you just put a singleton Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and you don't have to worry about having the space for the double din. So that whole system is really cool. And now they have aftermarket displays here that go up on the screen. So you could have it down here running, but you could actually control it up here, which is pretty sweet. But let's check out the shifting. In the Acty, it does feel closer here. Engaging the clutch, let's see, first, second, third, fourth, and fifth. Yeah, okay, so fifth, this is a little loose, so might need a bushing upgrade. But I feel like once it's like locked in here in fifth, it's gonna be rubbing, essentially. Tough, this is a tough call. Looking back at all these K-Trucks, the Acty, the Scrum, and the Hijet, I was originally a fan of the Acty, just because, I mean, the looks too on the front end are just amazing. The Scrum is, I don't know, it's just standard. And the Hijet, I mean, it has just a little bit of different styling, but again, this is a different looking Hijet than your standard one. So I was originally a big fan of the Acty, but I think I'm leaning more towards the Scrum or the Carry, and then the Hijet. So Scrum, Carry, Hijet, then Acty. I'll check out the sandbar, and if I can get my hands on, I think it's a Super Cab. Correct me if I'm wrong. If it's a Super Cab, you'll see that it's extended here. It goes out to about where this is at here for the end, but there's a little window here, so it allows the seat to slide back a little bit further. But I'll try my best to get one of those, and I'll continue this journey of finding what K-truck fits us big, tall, goofy dudes the best. Until then, have a great day.